Hello again. Today I'm going to show you how to frame your very own painting. I'm going to give you a few different options from super cheap and easy to a little bit more elaborate. And first, let's show you the materials, what you will need to frame your own painting. So as far as supplies, for instance, for this option here, you need nothing, just the frame itself. And I'm going to show you this one first because, it's a very simple and cheap solution. For everything else, you're going to need this kind of D-rings, and you can buy them in small packages. They all come with the screws. Or you can buy products in bulk like I do. I shop Amazon, or you can find your supplier online. Or you can go to your local store and buy small packages like this. So I'm going to have a list for you, so you don't need to be writing anything down right now, but I just want to show you. This wire, for instance, I really like this because it's covered with some kind of like rubber. So here you go, plastic coated stranded stainless steel picture hanging. I like this because it doesn't damage anything when it touches it. So this is option 1. This is option 2, which is putting the painting from behind, and this is option 3, which is the famous floater frame. And let's get started. Okay, so who is ready for option number 1? You get your frame and you buy it online. It's super easy to find. I will show you the link as well. It's at Blick has this option. And as you can see, it comes with a tape that you just peel and make sure that the hanging part is on top. And all you do, my friend, is place your canvas. I'm doing a giclée print here, so it's not something that I'm too concerned about pressing here because it doesn't have any texture to get damaged. But voila, it is ready, and you just have to remove this here, and you see it's already ready for hanging. Ta-da! And it's a simple floater. Nothing fancy, but hey, cheap, and look at the presentation. Just looks way better than if it was without a frame. Okay, now this is where things get real. This is a frame that I got, discounted price at probably Hobby Lobby, or don't quite remember. And I'm going to show you why I have different sizes of offset clips. You can see this one is 1 1/4, 1 4, whatever that is. I don't understand American measurements, but it's called 1/4. Then we have this other one, and can you see how they are different depth? And I believe there's a size in between, which for some reason I don't think I do have it. It's here. Yes, it's this, and I have here 3 sizes. So as you can see, we have one that is really deep, the other one not so much, and this one is almost straight, and you can even find one that is absolutely flat. But let's stick to the options we have here so we can figure out what we're going to need for here. Let's say we decide to frame this canvas, which has this depth here. So we place it in the back of the frame, and we see what kind of offset clip is going to work for here. So for this one, the best solution is this one that is almost flat. And let me get it closer to the camera so you can see that this will secure the canvas properly. And what you will do is place one offset clip in each of the 4 corners. See, this one has 2 holes, but you only really need 1, because what you do, my friend, is screw this side here. And I am not going to finish putting this together because I want to show you what happens when we have a different size. So let's say I want to mount this board, which, you know, it's very thin. It's not the same depth as the canvas. So what happens? When I put it here, there is a very large gap. So I'm going to see what clip will work better. So we tried this, and there's a space here. This one is very short, so definitely not this. And then when we try the deeper one, it actually has a space here. So none of those fit. What do I do then? I get a piece of cardboard and I put here behind it, and then I can use the one that is the in-between size. So now this actually gives me the right depth. So it's really like a play and figure it out. But I'm not actually going to finish screwing this together because I'm going to show you on the next option how to finish up with this. So I don't have to show you in each process because this will be the same on that one. Okay, so what we have here is a beautiful white floater, and the way we mount the wood floaters is by placing the canvas in the front side of the frame. Then you flip it around, and if you buy frames like pre-made like this, they're going to have like the holes, and it's all going to be kind of like sort of like ready for you to go. So you're going to place your screws in all corners that are it has a pre-hole to guide the screw here. So the one thing you have to keep in mind when doing this kind of frame is that sometimes, depending on the size of screw you get, it may come through to the other side. So make sure that you get a screw that has the right depth. So this is not going to go all the way to the front of the canvas. Okay, for this part, you have to know if your canvas is in this direction, that direction, or whatever. So make sure you pay attention to that when you are placing the heights on the other side. So what is usually done here, we have an 18-inch canvas, 18-inch frame, I mean. You're going to divide that in 3 and mark where you're going to put your D-ring. So I am going to go at about 6 inches here. Then you put the distance on this side too. And now we get the D-ring with a little screw. When you have like the 1/3 height, it allows the canvas to be slightly tilted down, which is a traditional way of hanging. Oh, you can have like a better screwdriver than what I have here, because this one is a small one. It's not fun, but let's say I don't have all the tools in the studio like I used to have, because I moved here and my tool collection is not complete yet. But anyway, see, like, you don't even need to have like the best tools in the planet. All you need is to have a simple screwdriver. I mean, like, it has to match whatever screws you get, right? So this one is a Phillips, so I have a Phillips head, that's all. And here we do the same thing as we did on the other side. You have to put some pressure to get it started, and then usually they don't have like super heavy wood, so it's kind of like easy to screw it down. Now you see, like, I have them both kind of like parallel, because when you add the wire, okay, so you leave a little bit of room, you get your plier, and these things usually have like a little hole that makes it easier for the wire to not just get lost everywhere. So this is helpful just to keep it right. Now this is the little tricky part to make it look professional. So let's see, is this a good distance to see? You put the wire across once, then you go again a second time, and then you start. And of course, you know, I didn't screw this properly, so it's moving. Okay, that's tighter. Okay, so you keep going like this, so your loops are close, because you don't want to look sloppy, you know, like, and just have your wire all loose like this. You want to make it tight so it looks nice. And once you think you have like the right amount of loops, you can always cut the extra wire there. And then you go on the other side, and don't be afraid to make it tight. You know, you don't have to have the space here, because what will happen is, with the weight of the canvas, it will eventually pull further, and you don't want to have your wire going all the way there. So do yourself a favor and make it tight. Doesn't have to be like super tight, but make it this much straight. So now you do the same thing on this side. And now you have a nicely professionally looking framed canvas. You see, like, the extra here, I usually just trim it off, so it's nice. Some people want to put that little extra paper here, which I don't recommend, because I think it builds you know, mold underneath. I like to leave it open so the canvas actually can breathe. So there you go. Now it's ready for hanging. And see, like, when I'm holding it, it's already going up a little bit. So this is why you want to have it kind of like tight. Okay, so these are the 3 options of framing that I showed you, and the only thing I forgot to put in the back is this. But basically, you peel it off, it has glue behind it, so you place it at the corners of your frame here, and that will just protect the wall a little bit, so it's a little nice added little thing that you can put, well, on both sides, just, you know, even though I know it's obvious, you put on both corners. On the bottom, you don't need to put it on the top, because usually what happens is that this will be tilted from the wall a little bit, and the top is not going to touch the wall, but the bottom will. So you only need to worry about the bumpers on the bottom. And that's it. I hope you find it as easy as I do, and of course you can always get it professionally framed, but this is a very easy way to show your pieces without spending much money. And when you have like just a little bit, even if it's a cheap frame like this, it just looks so much nicer, and then, you know, you can hang it and feel really pro. Enjoy, my friends, and I see you in my next class. I hope you would like to join.